Welcome back to the Algebra Solver channel. This is the home for the weakest students in the mathematics class. So we're slow, we're deliberate, we're detailed, but this is all for those who are not good in mathematics. For today, we are going to evaluate the expression 7x divided by 2yz. Again, please remember, this is just a mere expression, not an equation. But we have to evaluate this expression, and we're given the values of x, y, and z here on the left. These are given. With other problems, there will be given values. For this particular problem, we're just given these values. Okay, x equals 6, y equals 1/2, and z equals -8. Let's clean up the board. Okay, now how are we going to solve this? First, you'll notice that there's a multiplication here, 7x, that's understood to be 7 multiplied by x, and there's a multiplication here, 2y and z, and it's understood to be 2 times y times z, and there's a division here. So what are you going to do? Are we going to solve this? Can we do this like we do the x over 2 first? Or can we do the the 7 divided by y here? The answer is yes. The answer is yes. The answer is yes, you can do that, because if we follow the PEMDAS, that's the PEMDAS, that's the parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. The multiplication and division, actually you can do this either way, whether you do the multiplication or division first, it doesn't matter. And then in the presence also of application, addition and subtraction, you can also do this either way, like subtraction first, addition first. But for purposes of algebra, for purposes of convenience, whenever you have the products, especially algebraic expressions like this, 7x and 2yz, you evaluate this one first, before the division. Okay? Yes, you can do the division first. You can actually do the x over 2 first, but for purposes of convenience and ease and of calculation, and also to avoid confusion, let's do this one first. Let's calculate according to the multiplication. So in this case, we substitute. We're given the values of x equals 6 divided by 2 times y is 1/2, and z equals -8. Now remember, here are the values. That's -8 for z. But what I want you to be careful, to be aware of, is the use of the parentheses here. Enclose 6 by parentheses, enclose 1/2 by parentheses, and enclose -8 by parentheses. Because if you don't enclose it by parentheses, then this might look like 1/2 minus 8, right? Which is not what it's supposed to be. It's 1/2 times -8. That's one thing that we should be careful of. Always use the parentheses to avoid future confusion. It's free. You can use it anytime. So 7 times 6 is 42, divided by 2 times 1/2 is actually 1, and multiplied by -8. Now remember, in this case here, you have +1 times -8, and these are two numbers with different signs. When you multiply them together, the product will carry a negative sign, because there are two numbers multiplied together, but you have different signs. So if you have different signs, negative. If you have the same signs, positive. Even if it's negative times negative, it's a positive. Right, so now that's clear. So this is 42 divided by -8. It's a fraction. We simplify that. Let's go up. Okay, so this 42 over, that's 42 over -8. So this is we'll just factor it out. -7 times 2 times 3, because 2 times 3 is 6, over 8 is 2 times 4, right? So you can cancel out the 2 because 2 over 2 is negative. So 2 over 2 is equal to 1, so we can simplify this to, and 8 can simplify this to negative 21 over 4, and obviously that is equal to negative 5 and 1/4. And that is our solution. That is the value of the expression. Remember, we are not solving an equation here. We are evaluating the value of an expression. Now, later on we'll be solving problems involving equations. This one is just an expression, and don't be confused between the expression and an equation. Okay, let's clear up the board. So going back to the original problem, 7x divided by 2yz. The answer for that one, 7x divided by 2yz, the answer is negative 5 and 1/4. Negative 5 and 1/4. Okay, that's the answer there. That's the answer. Now, the condition is this: if and only if, okay, that's the condition, if and only if x equals 6, y equals 1/2, and z equals negative 8. So that expression 7x divided by 2yz is equal to negative 1/4 if and only if x equals 6, y equals 1/2, z equals negative 8. So thank you for being with us, and I hope that you, being the weakest student in mathematics class, will zoom from 0 to hero in mathematics. Use our problems here in order for you to gain confidence. The problems are solved right in front of you. You can review it 500 times if you want until you understand it. And we're solving many different problems on many different topics. So make sure you subscribe. You tell your parents to subscribe. You tell your teachers to subscribe, and share this with your classmates who are struggling with mathematics also. Thank you, and see you in our next problem.